This is the Rapido train's Budd RDC-2 with DCC and ESU LokSound. Let's take a look and see if it's worth purchasing one for yourself. Hi, I'm HO Hobbyist and I am a model railroader. Let's get started. Alright everyone, sorry again about being absent for a long length of time. But with summer here, finally, I think I can hold myself to my once a week posting schedule because there's the busyness of the school year anymore. Anyway, as some of you may know, I have chosen to ditch Amtrak for my passenger service and replace it with the Reading Company. While they did run full-size passenger trains in 1971, they did not run full-size passenger trains in Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, they ran RDCs, though, so I decided I would go out and buy myself one. Before we get into the unboxing and review of this, I always give you a few essential stats, and the first one is the weight. This thing weighs 11 ounces or 310 grams, so I don't know if that's relatively heavy. It's not, I don't think it's that heavy. I think I've seen heavier locomotives before, but there's the weight for you. The MSRP is $325, but I did not pay $325 for this. I paid $270 at a retailer online, so it is, don't be scared by the $325 price point. As with many models, you can get up to $100 off MSRP usually. The model number is 16652 for the Reading model of the RDC-2. Obviously, you can get RDC-1s, RDC-3s, and other options, and not in the Reading road name. But if you want the exact model I'm showing you today, it is 16652. And finally, the model you see in front of you is DCC Sound. Doesn't mean you have to get that one. That's the one I have. There's a list of possible road names in the description. So, starting with the front of the box, you can see the picture of the RDC. I always have liked Rapido's packaging, although I don't have any other models of theirs. As opposed to, say, Bachmann, where it's very simple, shows a clear window, Rapido really puts effort into the design of their boxes. It says RDC in big, bold, white letters, and then it says NHO scale, and that has the French translation. Moving on to this side, it says the Rapido logo and Budd RDC-2, DCC and Sound, Reading, and the road number 9165, and the model number as well. The other side just has the Rapido train's logo, so nothing exciting there. This side has Budd's logo, the word RDC, not word, you know what I mean, and it says Rapido Trains Inc. And it does have the information about the minimum age and such. And the very last side of the box is just white. To unbox it, I'm going to lift you up quickly. And the first thing you want to do to unbox this is slide off the top of the box. So we will just do that quickly. You can put this off to the side. I do not recommend doing this for the first time on camera. If you do have one of these and you want to film it, do it off camera the first time. Just in case there's a part missing or a part loose or something. Anyway. There's this thing. This is something I have no idea what it is. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't know what that thing is. But in the meantime, let's continue with the unboxing. You remove the nice foam here, and then you have inside is the model itself. First, up here, you have some extra little parts. Then there's this, what's seemingly empty bag that actually has a few little things in it. I don't know what they are. And it's not very well explained in the manual, that part is. Then you're going to want to remove the model itself, put this part of the box off to the side, and now there's still more unboxing left. You slide it out of this plastic thing. And then you take off the styrofoam from the top. You unclip the clamshell, And finally, you have this plastic sheet here. And then finally, you can remove the model and put it down. So, that is for the unboxing. And with that out of the way, we're going to take a look at the details on the RDC and see just how much Rapido chose to manufacture separately. Okay, so this is the model overall. As you can see, it's a pretty good looking model, at least from first glance. And now we're going to be taking a closer look at the details. So we're going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. There you go. Okay. So the first things you can see on the side, there are separately applied grab irons there. I believe they're separately applied anyway. There is the door here. I can note there are lighted number boards. They're not lighted right now, but they are lighted if you've power. I like a cool feature about this is that the window shades are all at varying heights. That is an awesome thing that most model manufacturers wouldn't do. Most model manufacturers don't even have window shades. The fact that the Rapido has them all at different heights is pretty cool. Because even if you don't have people in it right now, the people probably left them at different heights. Oh, and I just kicked the tripod. But I personally think that's a great detail. Moving further to the side, to the right, to the rear, I should say, you have more separately applied grab irons. And they feel relatively sturdy. I'm not going to try to break them because I know I could, but they feel sturdy. They're separately applied as well. So there's as much separately applied detail on the side. Moving on to the front, there is plenty of detail to point out here. There are separately applied windshield wipers, grab irons, more grab irons, snow plows. One of mine fell off, and it was a very easy fix. All I had to do was take a little bit of super glue, and it went right back on. There are knuckle couplers, and there is separately applied chains or ropes holding people from falling out the back. Additionally, this is, I thought they said it was engraved. Maybe it's not. It might be, I'm not sure. But either way, it says Reading Lines, it has the Reading logo, and it says 9165. And this headlight is operating. Those class lights also operate. I will demonstrate those when we come to the demonstration part. If we zoom out quick, is not all that detailed, but there is still detail to be seen. You have these caps, which I honestly could not tell you what they are. And then you have the roof blister, which is kind of what makes this defining feature of an RDC. It looks very good. There are fans there and everything. What I find to be important is there's no panel here, and I thought that was missing. Finally, the last most detailed section is the bottom of the RDC. You have the trucks. The motors are actually encased in this and this, so there's a lot of realism just in there alone. There is lots of underbody detailing as well, so you will not be disappointed in the detail. There is one more thing I'd like to point out. I don't know if my camera can catch it or not. If not, I will attach a picture after the detail section. Yeah, my camera will not be able to zoom in like that. But I will be sure to get you a picture of the interior. We're going to see how this thing performs and take a listen to the sounds right now. Okay, so something I want to point out is my voice probably sounds a little different because I flipped the microphone around, so just wanted to point that out. Now I'm going to be plugging in the track so you can get some track power. And I don't know if it was noticeable, but the interior is lighted. I will go turn off the lights once I have demonstrated the lighting package more. So I'm going to be doing sounds. We're going to be starting with the startup, which is function 8.
The next thing we're going to be doing is actually doing a shutdown sequence, and because I can demonstrate that it sounds better, and also there's a good reason to do so. And there's the shutdown sound for you. So, we will get back to the engine idling sounds more, but we're going to go down the list of functions now. F0 is the headlight, which I will get to momentarily. F1 is the bell. F2 is the horn. It is a toggle. The default horn is an M3H, but there are 5 other ones, one of which is a air whistle, a Hancock air whistle. So I highly recommend you see which horn is either used on the model or is appropriate for your railroad, because all RDCs have the M3H, whether it is correct or not. Function 3 is the straight to 4. So the RDCs only have 4 notches, not 8, and function 3 will automatically put it at the highest notch, but I will demonstrate that once we're in motion later. F4 is brakes. I will also demonstrate that later. F5 is the slow Doppler horn. There is no function 6. Function 7 is dim, which I will show you later. Function 8 is the startup, shut down, mute, and unmute. So if it is in motion, it will mute it and unmute it. If it is not in motion, it'll just start it up or start it down. So it's not like a Bachmann one where you can just turn it off at any moment. This has a full shutdown startup sequence, as I already played for you. F9 is red classification lights, which I think look fantastic, so I'll definitely show you those to you. F10 is the gyro light. My model does not have a gyro light because it is the wrong road number. Road name. But some do, and I highly recommend you look at Rapido's release video to see one of them. F11 is the fast Doppler horn. F12 is servicing mode, so you can have dim headlights on both sides. I will demonstrate that for you when we get to the lighting. There is no function 13. Functions 14 and 15 are different Doppler horns. I think one is the Hancock air whistle and one is a different horn. So we're going to move on to the lighting package, but first I'm going to give you the rest of the sounds. So, I'm going to try the Doppler horn first. So, that was your slow Doppler horn there. Now moving on to the fast Doppler horn. Now, if you move over to here, I will turn on the headlight for you. I'm going to fix the direction, because it is directional. There isn't very much of a difference between dim and bright. Right now it is dim, bright, dim, right. And now off. Now I'm going to switch the direction around and turn on the class lights, classification lights, so 9. There is no color besides red, which is fine. So you just have the red on the back and dim headlight on the front. I do like how they fade out. What was the last thing? Oh yes, servicing mode, which was function 12. As you can see, that headlight has now illuminated, and the other one is also illuminated. As you can see. So, that is the lighting package. Personally, I think the lighting is actually better in this, with everything else turned off, so we're going to be showing the performance while we have this lights out. Before demonstrating the performance, I need you to know a few things. First of all, I have broke in the model, as Rapido said, thoroughly. I don't know if I didn't run it in a loop for an hour like they said, but it was gradual, but it did happen. And also, I enabled the back EMF, also known as the super awesome slow speed control thingy, in the manual. To do that, you set CV54 to 0. Don't do it on a setup like this where you've got a few feet of track on each side and then it falls to its death. I highly recommend you do it on a loop of track, because it kind of shoots off really fast when you do it. But it's explained in the manual. So, out of the box, this RDC will perform much worse. Okay, performance take 3. I had a section of dirty track that I kept stopping on, but it was just there, so I have concluded it was dirty track. I don't believe it was something with the model. So we're going to be demonstrating slow speed performance here, or set to 126 speed steps. 126. So there is one speed step. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. Yeah, my track's not very clean. I haven't used it recently, but I'm not going to do another take, so. Speed step 2. Your RDC is not broken if you have the same sound. And we're going to switch direction. Go up to 5. Wait, actually 1. It's only fair. Yeah, your RDC is not broken if it has the same sound. I promise you, it will have the same sound as Notch 1 as idle. That's Rapido said that was how it's supposed to work. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And we're gonna stop. Alright. So the final function I wanted to demonstrate is the straight to 4, which is F3. This is sounds you might want to use if you're going up a steep grade or something. Yes, this is straight to 4. You can also achieve this sound, by going at a very high speed level. But you don't have to be going very fast to get this. You could be moving at 0 speed steps as I am right now. And then I'll shut that off so you can hear that. That sound is almost as good as the shutdown. Actually, I kind of like it better.
In conclusion, I think this model is fantastic. I really can't comment on the performance ratio to price, since my only other real modern model is my Bachmann 260, which obviously does not compare in the levels of detail and performance, although its performance is pretty good. And I don't have any locomotives in the $100 really to $250 price range, with the exception of the Bachmann. So once I have more, I can really compare them and see if most of the locomotives that only cost $200 are as good or better than the locomotive that costs $270. It may not be worth getting one that costs $270 from Rapido. But from an objective standpoint, ignoring the price, this model is awesome. Its performance is fantastic. The sounds are great. There's except for I can't really think of anything I don't like about this model. Oh, there's one important thing I need to mention, though. There are supposed to be ladders under the baggage door, but there are not, because I removed them. It cannot accommodate 18-inch radius curves with the ladders there, unless you bend them, as those of you who saw my running session of this model is. I'll tag that in the corner right now. If you haven't seen that, I'd highly recommend you watch it. But if you have, you'll have noticed they're bent. I decided they looked better, just not there. I do have them, and Rapido says they're making a special step ladder. That's what that pamphlet was about. But, yes. And anyway, I personally recommend this model for any modeler of a time period that this locomotive would be accurate for. Or not, actually. And I give it 5 stars. I can't think of anything bad about this model with the exception of the high price. But even then, I don't know how it compares. I really can't tell you if it's worth that much. But it's good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing for more reviews. Hopefully my styling will get better as I go on. Or you can see running sessions and other things here on HO Hobbyist. In the meantime, I'll see you down the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Bye!